Alright, today we cover remote triggering. Alright, the first process is I want to kind of go over the fact that you have to debug these things. So that's what we're going to be covering in the first half of the video, is the debugging process. Right now I have the photogenic system. Okay, so it's a flash cannon. Move some stuff around so I don't trip and fall here. Okay, we got this. First off, unplug any wires. Okay, make sure that when you hit test, it actually pans out. Okay, firing a flash, good. Now I have these little devices. This is the Pocket Wizard system. Notice it is set onto the following settings, both and channel 1. Okay, and here's the test button. The cable is hooked on the flash. This should be a mono cable. So there should only be one stripe on it. Gonna attach this to sync, and if all goes well, I should be able to hit test, and it fires the flash. I hang this little doohickey by the little handle here. Okay, that's step 1. So that side of the street is secure. Okay, next side of the street. Here's the Pocket Wizard 2 Plus. It's hooked up onto the shoe of the camera. I tightened this, not too tight, but it's tight. It's set on both channel 1 and test. If all goes well, I should be able to hit this button and it fires the flash. And you can see that off in the background. Here's my victim here. It's a hand. But first off, I want to kind of show you that we're going to be using this little guy too. So I'm going to remote control a trigger. Ooh, so much remoting. So now I can go to menu, go over to, oh no, actually not menu, the I, sorry. And then go to release mode, which is over here, and then put it on the remote. So if all goes well, I should be able to now take this trigger, put it in front of the camera, and it all triggers. Wow, so much. Okay, so what can we do with something like this? Well, let me frame my settings here. Framing my composition. Okay, and then I'm going to take this camera right here and show you what my composition looks like. I'm trying to make it so I don't have to edit the video at all. That's what I'm doing. Like, instead of inserting pictures, I can just let you see what I'm seeing. So there's my composition. Not too shabby as far as showing up inside the video camera, that's for sure. That's good. Okay, so that flash is set to the right-hand side of the composition. I'm going to turn off all the lights in the room. And on the left-hand side of the composition, I have this lighting system set up here. So here's with it off, here's with it on. So it's just a vague little fill light onto the left-hand side. So if I hit this trigger, it should dynamically flash it on the right-hand side, but has a fill light of yellow on the left-hand side. Come on, remote. I love these remotes. They're practically the most fickle thing in the universe. Ooh. I think the batteries die in them about, every 2 seconds. Even though they're 3-volt lithium ions. There we go. We have that dramatic flash. And it'll be easy to compensate the exposure ratio there in Lightroom just a little bit to add a little bit more fill to the left-hand side of the frame. Or I can add more lights via direct lighting within the lab. Alright, well here's the good news. Those students, those introverted students, the socially awkward students that love to take pictures of themselves but hate having other people take pictures of them, can now take pictures of themselves with weird lighting. Okay, so let's see if I can do this. Alright, I'm going to try something, and this is going to be weird. So I'm going to try to take a picture of myself, and I'm looking over on a projector on the wall. There we go, so I can line myself up. And 3, 2, 1. Cool. So now I'm getting that look where I'm getting shaded on one side but not the other. Okay, I'm going to release some lighting over here. Hits me a little bit more. Again. Like that. Now, if I add a light in the background, let's say I add a desk lamp. Ooh. Okay. Desk lamp active. And if you keep that projector on, if you're using my lab, I have a projector over on the wall. I'm just trying to line this up good. You can do it in such a way that it looks like you have a rim light on the back side of you. Okay? So right here in frame I have this weird rim light. It's got a little bit of rim light on this side. You just can't see it too well because the video is so dark, but it is there. And that's how you do that. You can add another flash in the background if you wanted to, but you can only trigger one flash at a time using the Pocket Wizard. So we're going to be kind of looking at triggering things in the next couple of videos. So this is a very easy setup for triggering one flash via radio frequency. And that's kind of like the most stable version if you're triggering something wireless, is radio frequency. There's another way to do it, and you trigger it via light. And we'll be looking at that in the next video.